Yo, 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 welcome back to Black Talk TV, here where we discuss a lot of issues in regards to, the black community, social topics, what's current, things online, stuff that go viral, things of that nature. Here today, what I wanted to pretty much talk about, analyze, and discuss and give my commentary about is I caught this little segment on Tasha K. Now, Tasha K, she be having these happy hour type lives where she'll allow her subscribers or just people in general in the public to call in and ask her for advice and to talk about certain issues and certain topics. So I want to get into this one caller. I'm just going to go ahead and play it. I don't want to give it away and spoil it, but it's going to be very interesting. You see my title of the video and you see what Tasha K's title of the video. So let's just go ahead and get into this right away. Let's go.
Sure, my sound is off in the back.
Yes,
Hello?
your sound is off. Hey, Tasha.
Hello, give me big screen and her. If they small, if they're not showing their face, give me big screen. Okay, cool. All right, how you doing? What's your name and where you calling from?
My name is Twy, and I'm from Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Okay, shout out Twy and shout out you being on the promised land. I know we're down
Exactly.
there in Tulsa.
So my question is, I need some advice. Right now I'm 28 years old, and I just found out I was pregnant. I mean that I'm pregnant right now.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So I met this guy on YouTube. He lives in Texas.
Before I continue, some of these people, they be calling in asking for advice and everything like that, grown as fuck themselves, asking for advice. Well, she's only 28. I mean, she's grown as hell, but she's 28, so she's still younger than Tasha. So I take it that she looks at Tasha, as like an older sister, motherly, auntie type figure. So she probably would want some advice. But we all know, or if you don't know, if you don't watch a show like that, lots of people call in here just to really, they don't be serious. They don't be wanting no advice. I mean, they may seem like they want the advice, but they just be wanting to tell their business for real, for real. They just be wanting to tell their business, see what Tasha thinks about it. That's what I get from most of these callers that I've heard and listened to. They just be wanting to call in, share Tasha their little drama type business. Let the public, let all the other girls or women hear it so they can kiki and kaka about it, check out what they're saying in the chat. But I really do think that a lot of them don't be looking for advice, because some of them be around Tasha age calling in. I'm like, you calling another woman? I mean, maybe I guess you just want to hear what she thinks about the issue. But let's go.
And we hooked up, Tasha. I'm talking about slamming bones. So crazy.
What do you mean by slamming pavement, slamming bones? What does that mean?
Like, we had sex like I never had sex before in my life. And I think that it resulted in a baby.
And she's 28. She says she's 28. She sounds older than 28 to me. What y'all think? She sounds older than 28. When she first started talking, I thought she was least in her late 30s minimum. But I don't know. She sounds older, and she sounds like either chubby or fat, but she don't sound like she's in good shape. Let's go.
You think?
So
Because when you say you think, there was somebody else possibly.
Exactly. So here in Oklahoma, I also have like a sugar daddy. He's 52 years old. The other guy is like half his age. But he's 52 years old, and he's a heavy cigarette smoker. And up until like the beginning of August, we were trying to have a baby. And then he pissed me off, and I went to Texas. So I'm just wondering, I hit up the 35-year-old man to do a DNA test, and he's telling me, why don't I test the 52-year-old man first? And I'm like, well, the 52-year-old man is, paying for my Lexus, buying rotors, paying rent. I don't got to work.
I've never heard of anybody buying rotors. That's
Okay, so let's break this down so far, because here's what I gathered from this. So she's 28. She lives in Tulsa, Oklahoma. She was seeing a white dude who's her current sugar daddy, and he's 52 years old, which puts him at pretty much an old man, 52-year-old white guy. She just said he's paying for her rent, paying for her Lexus, and paying. He just paid for some rotors. So pretty much, yeah, he's a trick. She messing with him. And then she even said that she was trying to get pregnant. So let me get this straight. You're a 28 fully grown year old adult black woman living in Tulsa, Oklahoma. You got a sugar daddy, and he's pretty much, paying for your lifestyle, car, rent, everything, pretty much everything that you need. He's pretty much taking care of. It don't sound like you have a job. It don't sound like you work, and you were trying, or y'all talked about having a baby together, but he's your trick. Like, now that's some new shit. I never heard of no shit like that before. Usually when, when women, they gonna live that type of lifestyle, knowing they live in that type of lifestyle, they're gonna turn tricks, whether it's, turning many tricks and make money and live your lifestyle, or you just got one sugar daddy. Like, I guess it seems like it's her current situation, but I never really heard of a female trying to get pregnant by the actual sugar daddy. Well, I don't know. Maybe, yeah, I guess. Maybe. All right. When I put it in that context, sugar daddy versus an actual trick. Okay, yeah, I have heard certain situations like that. But anyhow, so pretty much she said that they was trying to get pregnant. And I guess he made her mad for one reason or another. So she went down to Dallas, met the younger dude who's 32. What did she say he was? 32, 34? Somewhere in his early to mid 30s, and she ended up having sex with him, got pregnant, and she doesn't know. She's not sure if it's the white dudes or the black dudes. She went and asked the black dude if she wanted to get a DNA test, but he said, which was smart, he said, go back to the white dude, ask the other dude to, get the DNA test first, and then if he's not it, then come back to me. I would have said the same thing, because first of all, if I know you're messing with other people, then yeah, you need to go test those other people first before you come back to me, because I don't want to pay for a DNA test offhand. Second, why is it, I see that as well. Women ask the men to pay for the DNA test. Like, you know what I'm saying? Why? Is it because y'all don't want to pay for it, or you don't have the money to pay for it? Which it seems like you don't have the money to pay for it, because wouldn't you just get it? Or wouldn't you have she don't want the white dude to get the DNA test because she really feels it's not his. She thinks it's the black dude's. But so far, that's what I gather here. Am I missing anything? You know what I'm saying? So we're going to go ahead and break it down, because I want to let her finish so we can bring all this, in a 360.
It's a dedicated dude right there, okay? Because only certain people know what a rotor is. Like, but go ahead. Go ahead. Okay.
I know these types of things. Like, so that's my question. I'm just like so confused. Like, I'm not gonna tell the 52-year-old man that, hey, it's a possibility I've been running away to Texas. This could not be your baby, and mess up everything that I have going on. Like, why would I do that?
Who's the youth?
Hold on, let me let her finish.
Well, he's not a YouTuber. He'd be more into people's chats. And I used to go up on people's live streams. So he actually hit me up on Instagram one day. And that's how we started talking. So
he's not a YouTuber. So first, in the beginning, she said the black dude was a YouTuber. He's not even a YouTuber. He's some dude that just be commenting in the chat in the chat section. In the chat section, they hit her up. And then she got pregnant by the nigga who be commenting. Well, this is why I like doing reactions on shit like this, because this is real live. This is their truth. This is real people calling up onto somebody's platform, sharing their personal life stories, giving it to them, total 100. Don't have a reason in the world to lie about nothing when you calling up, when shit like this transpires. And this is what we get. And you know what I'm saying? The thing is the reason why I want to do a reaction on this is because it's your average. It's back in the day, 30, 40 years ago, this probably was not the norm, but it's the norm today. A third of all children who get a DNA test, a third of all the fathers or so-called fathers, well, pretty much, yeah, a third of all men who get a DNA test on a child who they think is theirs turns out not to be theirs. That's like 33% of all men who got a DNA test on their kid turns out not to be their kid. And we hear this woman who says that she was messing with two different dudes, got pregnant. At first, she didn't really know who it was by until she went to the doctors, or I think she said she worked at the time or whatever, so pinpointed that I guess she figured out that it was the black dudes. but it's just all too common. And the way that she was, kikiing and semi laughing kind of throughout the, talking to Tasha, it's just very telling. It's just how it's just a crazy world of society that we live in today, where a woman just feels so freely to play around and just play around with her womb like that. You know what I'm saying? They just chicks these, god damn, chicks these days throw the pussy to anybody and will let any nigga get her pregnant. Like no use of a condom between these two dudes, so they're risking, all types of diseases, sexually transmitted diseases, and which, of course, we were grown. Look, I mean, I'll admit, and I'm grown, and I'm pretty sure the majority of us have. We've all had sex without protection at one point in time in our life or another, or, suddenly or frequently. So I'm not even going to, beat her down for that. But as a woman, it's just, I don't, how did we get here into a world, into a society where a woman is just pretty much reckless with her pussy? Y'all just gambling that pussy to any nigga who y'all think, I don't know. I mean, who y'all got many reasons, as I can't even just narrow it down to a couple of reasons. Y'all got many different reasons as to why you'll sleep with a nigga, fucking nigga, or give a nigga a baby. You know what I'm saying? But just like, it's just so out of whack these days because everything is out of wedlock. Everything is out of order. Like y'all are just meeting dudes and just having sex with him on a whim. Like she said, she just went down to Dallas, Texas one day, went out, met this dude, and they had to start having sex. Got pregnant, she went back to Tulsa. Like she don't live in Dallas. So it was just a quick trip. I don't know if it was a vacation or whatever, but she went down to Dallas, met this nigga, and it seemed like it was probably within the same night, same weekend, but it happened very quick on her little trip, got pregnant and dipped out. And this is, again, it's like, it's the norm for a lot of Black women in our society today. And it's just like, it boggles my mind on how y'all can just take having a child, which is so precious and important and one of the most important decisions that a woman will make in her life, how y'all just take that like it's nothing and just like with anybody. Like that never, for some reason, it would never seem to amaze me. And then we get this fucking cycle of, broken homes, single motherness, and this, all the, the statistics that we heard about of, children being raised in a single mother-led home. It's like, I mean, like, do we really, I mean, are we to believe that once she has this baby, that dude is going to be there? Like, she just met this dude, it was on a whim. It probably was just like, one night stand, or maybe he, they probably fucked a couple of times. But situations like this, randomness in this, we all know how this turns out. Dude is not going to be there physically in her life. She may be so lucky, even if he decides, okay, yeah, like this, I got the DNA test, he turned out to be my kid, and yeah, I'll go ahead and, pay child support. She will be highly lucky if she gets something like that, because usually when you have sex with people on a whim, you don't know them like that. You don't have enough information to even put them on child support. I mean, does she know his first and last name, social security number, all that? Like, all that shit. Like, does she even have that info? Let me go ahead and let this finish, because she does say a little bit more, but that was the bulk of what she said. But let me play it out, because Tasha does make some type of gesture as to, she lives in this, he lives in the state of Texas, and the Texas don't care about child support. But it don't seem like she knew this nigga well enough to even have information on him like that to put him on child support, because she didn't give her no retort when Tasha said that. So let me let this finish out real quick.
So he basically says, test him first, then do me next.
Right. But I'm like, the timeline and how everything, after I found out how far along I am, the timeline is just pointing at him. And recently there was a whole segment online about him, how he's actually raw dawing other women in Dallas, Texas. And the girls were being just so messy, because I would have never found this out had I not just been in the segment, in the sector around.
Who is the YouTuber child?
His name is D Banks, first of all. but he be on people's like the Mo3 sector, that's what they call it. So he's involved in those drama people kind of.
Well, again, he's not a YouTuber. Like she said, he's a commenter. He was a dude commenting in the chat section on YouTube, in which the same chat section that she was commenting as well. And I guess he just hit her up. Like, I don't even know why he hit her up, because she don't even have her personal picture as an avatar, for her, unless she changed it just to, come on Tasha K, because she didn't want to show what she looked like. Maybe that's what she did. I don't know. But dude hit her up on the slick in her DM or whatever. And that's how they got involved. But as she says, he's messing with, if it's true. And then like she said, she even said herself, the way she found out about it is because she's one of those, she's really on YouTube a lot, and she be in these comment sections a lot, because that's how she found out about it. You know what I'm saying? And the Mo3 sector, Mo3 was well, rest in peace. He was, one of the rappers, local rappers here in Texas and shit. And maybe, I guess they have the, how YouTube go. People got their own little sections, little communities for whatever type of subject that you can think of. They have, sections about any and everything. So she probably over there, one of those channels and one of those sections. And I guess that's where they have their little clique. And, you know what I'm saying? I guess that's how she got to know dude, or whatever. They start talking about him, and he's having, I guess, raw dogging other chicks and getting chicks pregnant or whatever. But it's a nigga that you chose. Like, you're a grown woman. You chose to have random sex with this random dude on a whim, and you raw dogged him, and he's fucking other chicks and getting them pregnant. Like, this is why I wanted to go live on this, bro. We ain't new to this. This is the norm. We hear this a lot. You know what I'm saying? This happens a lot. And black women act like they wonder why the respect for them today is at an all-time low. Like, this is just one of the many reasons why. Like, it's just shit like this. Like, the mentality, the way y'all act and carry ourselves, man. Like, she really got pregnant by a random dude that she just met on the trip that she took down to Dallas, Texas. And she's keeping the baby, gonna have it, and then had the nerve to hit this nigga up for a DNA test, because she had the nerve to hit this nigga up to pay for a DNA test to see whose baby it is. Can y'all believe that shit? I mean, well, I can believe it because we see the shit all the time, but it's just, when you actually say it out loud and listen to it, you know what I'm saying? It's like the norm today. But if you were to say some shit like this back in 1980s, 1990s, you'd be like, what the fuck? What? Is you serious? It's just like, damn, this is so how far gone, how far lost we are today, dog. Like, these chicks just having babies like it's nothing. Like, it's just, you get a baby, nigga, you get a baby, nigga, you get a baby, everybody get a baby. They Oprah Winfreying with the babies and shit. Like, and we wonder why the community is so fucked up. Why kids don't have no fathers in their everyday lives, even though black men are the most active fathers in black children's lives. But it's just far as a head of the household, that black man actually being there and that kid being in their presence on an everyday basis. That's what's very, very much lacking. It makes a huge difference. But that's pretty much it, though. It's just like the dude she picked, like, you know what I'm saying? That, like, it don't even seem like she just really picked. It was just like, it seemed like it was just like, fuck it. I mean, I'll have sex with the next dude who I remotely find attractive, and he can get it. And like, she ain't having like, she said at the beginning she was trying to get pregnant because she was trying to get pregnant from the white dude who's a sugar daddy. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, how many women who had some actual love or fell in love with their sugar daddy? I mean, we don't hear that story every day. So it wasn't gonna be for the love. It was gonna be for the money. But it was mainly because she said she wanted to get pregnant. She was trying to get pregnant. She was talking to the white dude. She was trying to get pregnant. White dude must have been like, man, fuck all that. I'm too old. I ain't trying to have no kids, because that was probably what the argument's about. Because she said she got mad, and that's when she went to Dallas. White dude was probably like, hell no, bitch, I don't want no baby. I mean, I just want this pussy when I can get it. I want this head and mouthpiece when I can get it, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? I'll pay you a little car note. I'll pay you a little rent, but fuck a kid, fuck no. This money that I'm spending on you, as far as this rent and car note, this will turn out to be cheaper than me having a kid over time. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Women act like having a kid is no big deal, when it's the biggest deal in life that you can ever. It's like the biggest deal ever. It's like that's the most important. Like, I don't get it, dog. And the fucked up thing is, like, we're in the, we're in that point in the future now that, like, that's another thing I want to talk about. But I'm gonna say that for another life. But let me just make mention of it. That, man, like, we have to just admit and know that, times are changing. Times are always changing, and we're moving into the future, and stuff steady progresses and changes. You just have to evolve with it. There has never been a point in time in history in the past where something has evolved and changed, and where once it's changed, it reverted back to its original old state of the past. It's never happened. So far as men wanting women to be more traditional and everything like that, trust me, I totally understand. I would prefer a traditional woman over anything else, but it's just more and more women are becoming non-traditional. And I'm not saying that you have to put up with it or deal with it. You can move how you want to. That's going to be in your best interest. All I'm saying is we shouldn't expect things to revert back to how they were in the past. That's just because some of the values and some of the ways that we prefer to like, we want that to still remain supreme today, and and for our women to abide by that. You know what I'm saying? Times are changing, man. Some women are independent now. Of course, notice my key word was some. They try to make it seem like it's most, but it's really just some. The majority of shit is depending on a man in some type of way, form, or fashion, some way, whether it's child support, court-ordered, non-court-ordered, government assistance. The majority of these chicks are receiving some type of assistance in which which will default that independent status. But I don't want to get off topic, regardless of the point. But dog, we just times are changing. We got to know how to evolve with it and just move accordingly. And that's just it. We have to stop, wishing stuff go back to the past, and we want women to be this way and how they were this way. It's not going to happen. They got their own mind. They're going to do what the fuck they want to do, and you just have to move the way you want to move. And then some things for men, well, the majority of our standards, majority of men are still mentally traditionally minded, but we still, as the future moves and progresses, we kind of change as well. But it's more of us evolving with the times that's changing rather than us acting differently, because we've always been acting the same way ever since the beginning of time. You know what I'm saying? But that's it in a nutshell. I want to pretty much stop that right here, because I thought this conversation was interesting, because it's always interesting to me, like these type of topics when women call in and share their real true stories. I like these the most because it just exposes the nature of the woman. You know what I'm saying? It just exposes the mentality, the nature, the current true nature of the bitch. And this is sadly to say, this is most black women today. Over 80% of black women got kids, and of the 80%, 60% of them got kids by multiple men, versus 53-54% of black men don't even have kids. It's tremendous, fucking ridiculous and amazing. But I'm gonna end this one like right here. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna circle back around, do another live, because Love Dorsey dropped a bomb ass live and she went the fuck in. And I want to cover this because this is some real ass shit too. And if y'all know who Love Dorsey is, she be going to fuck in, dropping some real jewels on these bitches, because she is a hood bitch who grew up in the hood at her younger age. And I like her because she's from Florida. And I used to live in Florida for a good 10 years. And I used to be in the hood in Florida back in my day when I used to live there. And let me tell you, Florida got some of the most ratchet black chicks that you can think of, dog. If you live in Florida, if you've been in the hoods and lived in the hoods of Florida, any part of your time for a significant time, if you dealt with the hood bitches in Florida, then you can deal with a hood bitch anywhere, my nigga. On God, like for real, won't nothing that these hoes pull will ever shock you. With like nothing, I didn't see it at all. So I'm about to do a live on that right now. I'm gonna bring that up because it's juicy, it's interesting as fuck, and I'm gonna also share some of my views and my past life experience of what I've done in dealing with them hoes in Florida in relation to what Love Dorsey is saying. So y'all come on back. I'm holla at y'all. Peace.